A live look from outside of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where U.S. Senator JD Vance is just a few hours away from perhaps the biggest speech of his life. It will be his first address since being named former President Donald Trump's running mate, and it's widely seen as Vance's first big introduction, really, to the American people. Now, I want to bring in WCPO 9 News reporter Andrew Rowan. So, Andrew, for many voters, this will be the first time they've heard from the Middletown native.
That's right, Craig. He's a freshman senator. JD Vance has been in politics for less than 2 years. This is really his first handshake with the American people. So this afternoon, I went to a place that knows him well, Middletown, to ask Republican voters how they think he should present himself. Would you be willing to talk to us about JD Vance?
While some may be hesitant to talk,
Maybe?
They're all in on Trump's pick for VP.
We're asking people what he should say to the country tonight to introduce himself.
He comes from a great place. He's got great roots. He's got great morals.
Middletown, Ohio is buzzing.
It's good to have a hometown boy.
How do you forget your roots? And I mean, he wrote a book about it.
Vance published Hillbilly Elegy in 2016, a memoir about socioeconomic struggle he saw growing up here.
I think he's going to talk about his upbringing. That's been his bread and butter.
NKU political science professor Sean O'Reilly says his story appeals to some key Rust Belt voters in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan.
He wasn't raised like Donald Trump, but he was raised like myself. And they say, well, he's forgotten that by the time he's gone to Yale, and you don't forget that.
While some know him personally,
He's been a great guy growing up with him and in the Marines, and he's always been a straight shooter.
he's starting fresh with others.
Do you know who JD Vance is?
No,
He's from Middletown.
I had no idea that. Well, good luck to you, sir.
They're going to start learning about that story. They're going to start learning about this very articulate, very smart man who has achieved a lot in a relatively short period of time.
Unreal that possibly have a president from Middletown, Ohio.
A town with one of its own on one of the biggest political stages in the world.
We would love to see him come back and concentrate on our community.
Hoping he remembers where he came from.
We're all about revitalization and restoring our community.
At tonight's speech, the NKU professor says to pay attention to what policies Vance brings up, especially how he differs from former President Trump on issues like abortion and labor. Also listen for how Vance discusses Saturday's assassination attempt. Craig, does he use attack language like he did over the weekend, or will he take a softer approach?
We'll all be watching, of course, Andrew.